engines everywhere. Look at this one. But guys, these seats.
Then you give it a really good coat with wrinkle paint.
It's in position. Matt, it looks like you're building a Foxbody store here. Hello and welcome to Gearhead 704. I'm Matt, and guys, I'm feeling a lot better. In case you missed the last upload, I had mentioned I got sick, but I'm back at it, feeling 100%. Thank you all so much for those of you that reached out, want to know how I was doing. But as you can see, we're back at Fox Resto and we've had some changes. A lot more Fox bodies here now. Today, Matt is already hard at work. I'm gonna show you guys a car we've had here on the channel before. But as you can see, we've got, you know, engines everywhere, transmissions. Actually, this car is what that came out of. This car's been on the channel before. It is Victoria's car. And I think she calls it Betty White. Is that what you remember, Matt? Oh, there we go.
Remember.
Bloopers. I remember Victoria, Betty White. But she got some Conies. Now this car was mainly all original and Matt's hard at work here, but she did opt for the Conies, but she got Coney Orange, I believe. Brand new, fresh set. Matt's already put the other side in. Kind of late today, guys. These are the orange, which are not adjustable, but they still give it, it's not quite a stock ride, is it, Matt? It's got a little bit more give, a little more sporty.
I believe so.
Yeah, so other side's already done. All kinds of work going to this car. Like I said, engine and transmission over there beside Jen. Already put the new springs in. Going back stock springs. She just wants to drive it, right?
Yes. Yeah, she just wants a nice, dependable driver, something she can get in and drive around to the beach, a couple states away, a couple hours, and not have to worry about it. Well,
drop top is perfect for that. I'm gonna hand this over to Matt, and we've covered how to install these on the channel before on my car, but maybe we'll do some time lapse here today. I don't know. We're getting into all kinds of stuff. So anyway, Matt, get back to work and I'll just video. Conies are in. So what's happening on this car, in case you guys missed the previous upload, Matt went over everything wrong with it. It's original triple white convertible. Matt, you've just been basically doing basic maintenance, I guess, right?
Yeah,
for lack of
all
better word.
service work. Basically, it had all of its original parts from '93. Yeah, I'm just going through and replacing everything that's old and worn out, need preventative maintenance, stuff like that.
Yeah, for the engine, guys, he took the engine and trans out because basically leaky gaskets and stuff. We had an oil leak, right? We did have that.
Yeah, oil pan was leaking really bad. Transmission. Well, one of the main reasons we went ahead and pulled the motor is not only were we going to seal the whole thing back up, basically do all the gaskets except the head gaskets. We also did the full suspension, struts and springs, and we had to do the clutch. So at that point, you know, it's just easier for me to do the motor with it sitting on the ground than having to work it with it inside the car.
Yeah.
And I was actually able to save her by doing it this way. I actually was able to save her 10 hours of labor by pulling the motor compared to having to work around everything in the car.
Yeah, because it's so much harder.
It's so much harder, yeah. And if you get into the motor labor, all the gasket replacements are included in the motor labor. So it just worked out. Cool.
And so what's been kind of neat is I've been seeing the progress on this week because Della, who also works here, has an Instagram account. And she's been like posting up what you guys have been doing on it. And I'm like been kind of jealous because I was homesick and I couldn't be a part of this, but she's coming right along. Did you get a new water pump, it looks like?
Yeah, new water pump bolts, all new power steering system because the power steering system
that's right.
was contaminated.
And she's getting a new rack too, right?
The rack's already on there.
Is it? Oh yeah, look at that. I completely missed it.
Brand new hoses, brand new pump.
Oh man, this thing's gonna steer good.
Yeah, the whole thing should be really great. New injectors, all fresh tune-up. All Ford stuff.
Yeah, I noticed you cut the wires like we did on my car.
Yeah,
to length.
I always trim them. I got the crimper to actually shorten the wires for the correct length, and the biggest reason to do that is because when these things rub up against metal, for example, if it was, you know, a lot of times they're going to run up against an edge like this, it doesn't seem sharp, but when that wire is there for, you know, 30 to 40,000 miles, it's vibrating and rubbing, you will wear through that eventually, and then you've got a short. So that's why Ford designed it this way, is so it doesn't rub up against anything that's going to wear through the insulation.
And it also looks a lot nicer too this way too.
I think so.
Yeah. So I enjoyed that when we did that on mine. That's another one we covered in depth how-to on the channel. We got a few how-tos like that. I'm gonna do a quick little tech tip for you here, guys, because if you look at this plaque, it does not really look. It does look factory, Matt. It looks like it's got some age on it right there. What do you think? Yeah, a little bit.
I would say both of those statements are accurate.
Yeah. So we've got a little surprise for you here, though. And look at this one. That one's looking a little bit better. So Matt, how do we get from this to that? Because this is, I'm guessing the audience would prefer that.
I would think so.
Yeah. So you did some cleaning. You obviously got a bunch of these, but it does look a lot nicer. How do you do that?
First thing you need is a special piece of equipment, which is a sandblaster. So you need to be able to sandblast the original plate to get all the old paint off, to get any of the, you know, white aluminum corrosion or anything like that off.
Oh, you use the cabinet?
Yes,
okay.
I use my cabinet.
All right, I got to use your cabinet before, so I didn't know you did that.
I did that before you got here because you were late.
Yeah, well, I already told him I was late. We're in simpatico. If you didn't have one of those, could you still do it? Or you should take it to a sandblasting shop?
You're gonna get the best finish for the sandblasting shop, but you know, if you probably a wire brush,
yeah,
that could probably work with some good soap to get any residue off, because you will be painting it afterwards.
Okay.
But once you got all the aluminum nice and clean, then you give it a really good coat with wrinkle paint.
What's different about wrinkle paint? Because
it wrinkles.
Okay. Wow. I had no idea.
See, if you look in there where the paint is, that's not, I don't know if you can see it very well, but that's not a smooth surface. That's like kind of a wrinkled finish.
Okay. And when you first had it, it was all that wrinkled finish.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you doing this one black? Because it makes sense to me.
Right, and that's the way you do it first. The way you got to do it is you spray the whole thing, you know, black, so you get, you know, all the crevices and everything, because we're painting everything that's below the upper level. And then after that, to get that off, is after the paint dried, I just took a razor blade and I scraped as much of the paint off as I could so it doesn't gum up my sandpaper. Then I just put some sandpaper on the ground and just sanded the top to get the brushed finish, and there you go.
Yeah, the sandpaper's right on the ground, and you just put this right on top of it.
Yep.
And then
exactly
comes out like that. Looks pretty good. I think Victoria's gonna like that, but you've caused a problem here, Matt. You know what your problem is?
What's that?
They're gonna probably have to want to clean the rest of the engine now.
Oh, well, maybe.
Just a little bit.
I can give them the option to have that one.
Yeah, there you go. See, Victoria, you can go for this if you're watching. But no, that's a cool little tip. Thought we'd throw that in here for you guys. But right now, we're still doing a little bit of work on this car. So we're gonna keep moving on that. Catch you guys up here in a second. We'll talk a little bit more about where it's gonna end up. While we were taking a little break from the triple white car, I thought I would go ahead and talk about some of the other cars that have come in recently, because these are all new since the last time I was here. And Matt, it looks like you're building a Foxbody store here. What's going on?
Yeah, or a Foxbody shop.
Yeah, maybe that's what's going on. This one in particular, though, it looks very original from what I was seeing.
Well, I don't know much about it. He dropped it off just to, you know, get an inspection to get an idea of what type of maintenance it might need. I haven't had a chance to do that yet, but just pulling it in, it just really struck me at how like nice and original this car is.
The paint, I mean, on camera it's probably going to look better than it is, but still, for original paint,
yeah, really
good shape. Got the original turbines, which they look good, and then the interior is really the cherry on top, right?
Yeah, the interior is like really nice.
Yeah, when you look at this interior, I mean, oh, what has it got? Like, it's got to have low mileage, because this is just...
Yeah, or really well taken care of.
Yeah, very well taken care of. It is a 5-speed car, tilt wheel. Got the 85-mile-per-hour speedometer, so it's 87 or 88. I think you said it's an 87, right, Matt?
87, I believe.
Yeah. But guys, these seats, like this is good. Very good. We do have a gauge here. I don't know, is that a oil gauge? You have an oil pressure gauge down there, but that's about the only thing I see that's not stock. And under the hood, it looked very stock as well.
Yeah, it actually starts and drives really well.
Yeah, came in for like some, well, like you said, he's going to do the full inspection like what you did on Victoria's car, right?
Exactly.
The triple white. So,
which seems to be the most popular service that I'm doing right now.
Well, you know why? People want to know, well, they think they want to know what's wrong with their cars. Then they find out, no, you really want to know.
It's always best to know.
Yeah, so then you can know what you're getting into, what you need to address first, all that. That's the key point, so.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is a driver. It looks like this one's well kept, garage kept. Very cool.
Absolutely, yeah, excited to get into this one, get it back on the road for him and get it dependable. That's one of the things he said. He wanted to make sure it was dependable to where he could drive it around and not worry about it.
You know, that sounds familiar. Yeah. That's basically why I came here originally, started working with you. That's also what I wanted.
Seems to be the niche I fell into. It seems to be I'm pretty good at it. So
I think he is. But yeah, this one here, maybe we'll have the full review on the channel. We'll see. Let us know down below. Let us know in the comments if you do want to see everything wrong with like this car here. Also, we've got another convertible came in. This is what Targo Fox kind of used to look like, Matt. I know you never saw it like this, but another convertible. And then this is another one coming in for inspection back here too?
Yeah, that one hasn't ran in a while. I think he said he owned it for like 10 years and started working on it and ran out of time. So he brought it to me to get it back on the road. Okay.
Well, you might have your hands full, but we'll find out. And then I think the convertibles love you because there's another one right there.
Yep.
This one has the porno red in it, looks like though.
Yeah, the scarlet red.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's actually scarlet red, guys. It's not porno red. But cool, another vert. So anyway, these could be showing up on the channel. I don't know, we'll see. But right now, Matt, I think it's kind of hot. So yeah, maybe we'll get back inside. If you saw the other video, one of the things we pointed out is this one had underdrive pulleys. So Matt found some good old stock pulleys. Yep. How about that, Matt?
Yeah, her alternator was undercharging.
Yeah, it's gonna mess with the charging system.
Which was one of the biggest problems that she had.
Yeah. So you got her new crank pulley and alternator pulley?
I got a replacement crank and alternator.
What about water pump? Were you good on that one?
I'm sorry, not alternator. The alternator already had the stock pulley. It was the water pump. It was the crank and water pump she needed replaced.
Okay.
And since she's still using the air pump, and you can do the same thing with the, if you wanted to get just an idler or an air pump delete.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about that is you can always use the stock belt. So if a belt ever breaks or slips or anything like that and you're stuck on the road and you get to a parts store, you know, if you got the stock setup, you can just go through and order the application, and none of this stuff where you got to go buy 5 belts and test fit them all.
Yeah.
Find the one that's closest that'll fit. So.
I mean, that's handy, and that's actually what I want to do on Tar Heel Fox, is I want to go ahead to probably eliminate the air pump. Maybe we'll do that here on the channel, guys. I haven't done one, but the engine is about ready to go back in the car. There are a lot of new parts on here.
It is actually ready to go back.
It is ready. Okay.
Last thing I need to do before we slide it in. That's the nice thing about doing it this way, because once I put it into the car, I've got 8 K-member bolts, 2 cross-member bolts, and then after that, it's the 2 exhaust pipes, drive shaft, clutch cable, 2 plugs here, a couple of heater cores, put the AC on, plug the distributor in, plug the alternator in, hook up the power steering, lower hose, and it's pretty much ready to start.
And that's it. Let's crank it right up. So one of the cool things I do like about this too, you already have your H pipe and your trans in, so you're not fighting with that.
Correct.
When you drop it in through the top. So this is the way we do it on here, guys. We've done it several times. So we may show you that. One other thing is you do have a lot of new parts on here. I see we got a new IAC, some new sensors, coolants, electronic coolant sensor. What else did you put on here brand new? Got the pulleys that aren't brand new, obviously, but
full ignition system, complete power steering system, water pump, all gaskets except head gasket.
So you did do a new distributor?
Sorry, did not do a distributor.
Okay, just cap rotor wires.
Yeah, cap rotor wires. That's what I should have said. The injectors, she got all new injectors because the other ones had sat for 10 years out the vehicle running, and then it was drove several hundred miles.
Right. I think they drove like 500 miles or something like that on the bad fuel.
Yeah.
So
which incidentally, when I did pull them out, I found each injector has a little filter screen in it, and one of them had a hole in it. So
did it? Okay.
Everything was getting through.
All right, we'll get her in the car, and she's about ready to go. Got to get some exhaust as well, but wanted to give you guys a good update here on the beautiful triple white summer special edition convertible. All right, guys, I said we were going to put the engine and drivetrain in, but you know what? I'm a little tired, and it's getting kind of late here, and I'm hanging out instead with the dogs and Matt. And Matt, I think you guys are gonna have to do this on your own, you and Della, because I'm gonna get out of here, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next time though, I don't know if we told you this, by the way, guys, it's in position. Matt also did the clutch. Basically, you had the transmission and the H pipe off because you did the clutch, you did the rear main, which the transmission has to come out for both of those, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I can't, guys, I can't remember if we said that. I'm still, while I'm over getting sick, I'm still a little tired. So I'm not firing all cylinders. Matt, I think you got to give me a tune-up or something. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah. If we figure that out, how to do human tune-ups, we'll let you know. Or if you know, let me know. But anyway, yeah, it's time to end this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the update on Victoria's car. I think it's kind of cool that you get to see everything wrong, and this one is actually having a lot of those things fixed. Not everything, but enough of those things where I think Victoria is going to enjoy the car and drive it. She's going to take it to Mustang Week is the plan. I think she's going to be pretty excited. What do you think, Matt?
I think so. Yeah, I think she'll be really happy with the way it drives now.
And what's cool is the little plaque. You did that. She didn't know about that.
Right.
Yeah. So he kind of threw that in. I did post it on Instagram today, so maybe she saw it, but if not, it's the first time she's seeing that, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Behind me, right behind me, behind you, I'll go ahead and turn the camera. That is Nemesis right there. I know I said I was gonna work on it, and I had planned to, and then I got sick. So I am going to, though. I am going to. Who knows? Maybe it'll just show up one day with the cow already welded on. Who knows? You got to stay tuned to the channel to find out. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe because I currently upload 2 times a week, every Sunday and Wednesday. So you can count on a lot of videos. And that's pretty much it. We'll see you here next time on Gearhead 704. Bye. But one other thing, no, Elmer Fudd. I'm gonna use Matt as my assistant. You're gonna have to remove that one.
Okay, sure. You just let me know when.
All right, you can do it now.
Like this.
But you know what? But you know what?